Hey everyone, I'm here today with my review video for the watercolours that I purchased last week. I'm gonna do some colour swatches for them and then use them in the technique that I want them for and see if they work. So let's get on with the review. So these are the watercolours that I purchased, and they come as a 20-piece pack, and that's because you get two watercolour brushes with them, but you get 18 paints, and they are the Royal and Langnickel Essentials watercolour tubes. And I got this set for just £3.59. I have had a look on Amazon and you can get one which has actually got, I think it's 24 watercolour tubes, and I think it's about £9. That's the closest I've come to finding them online. These were just a hit and miss item at the shop that I went to. So let's have a look at the colours. There's a nice variety of colours here, and there's certainly more than I had in my other set, so I'm happy with them. So we're going to open them up, and I've constructed a little colour chart, and I'm going to put the raw colour on the top box, and then I'm going to water it down and see it as a watercolour underneath. By no means a watercolourist or a professional at it, but I like the way these colours lay down. I like the coverage that they give. I love the pigmentation. Some of the colours are really quite modern. I like these two blues. Unlike my previous set, which were just the pan watercolours, these tubes have given me a wider variety. I've actually got a purple and a pink, which is I didn't have before. I've got a couple of different greens and blues, and I should be able to make a nice mix of them. The colours that are in the set are a lemon yellow, a gamboge, I'm not quite sure how you say that, yellow ochre, orange yellow, vermilion, crimson red lake, rose, violet, cerulean blue, ultramarine blue, Perusian blue, pale green, sap green, deep green, burnt sienna and burnt umber. So you've got some classic colours in here, and then you've got some well, there's a couple that I haven't heard of, but yeah, they're all really nice colours. And I hadn't done a swatch for the black or the white, but I've put some down there. The black is really black. Even when mixed with water, I'm really quite impressed with that. And the white, you're not going to really be able to see there. And because I did the black first, the white is slightly greyish. But as a neat colour, neat shade even, it comes out quite white. It was only when I diluted it, because I was using mucky water, did I end up making it a bit grey. But I'm impressed. Now, the thing that's going to be the test for me, which we'll move on to, is trying them in the form of wet on wet paint, because I want to use them to make more butterflies and that effect that I was making in a previous video. So let's move on and see what we can do with that. I've got a couple of my previous butterfly shapes that I really quite like, and I've kept the tracings because, as I said before, I am no artist, so I'm just going to sketch a few of these out so that I can practice watering them down and doing the wet on wet technique. There we go, we've got 3 of the wings. I'm not sure if you can see them from there. Let's just zoom in a minute. There we go. So let's give them a go adding the watercolour to them. So I'm just going to lay some water down just so that the colours have something to flood into. I'm just going to do one for the minute because I have no idea if this is going to work like the pan watercolours did. Okay. I'm going to mix the colour exactly like I did previously, like I would with a pan watercolour. Get a nice pool of colour, and then I'm just going to drop it into the water. That's not too bad an effect. I think I need to add some, I need to mix more of the paint together to get more of a pigment. But it does spread out. I'm quite liking that. I might have a little bit too much, I might have put too much water down. But I like the way it's spreading out. Let's do another one. I'm going to put a little less water this time, just to see if I can get it to flow a bit better. Let's use a different colour, I think. Let's go for an orange. Get plenty of pigment. And then just drop it into the paint. There you go. Yeah, I'd used too much water on this one. There's a certain consistency. See, that's just spreading and bleeding across. I just love this effect. And I'm so glad I've been able to find some paints that are, one, newer than my previous lot and that are going to work. Let's do another drop from that side. I'm using the smallest, lightest of strokes. It's a really nice effect. Let's try one more. Let's go for a red at the top there. So again, putting some water down, not too much, just to dampen the surface. Let's see if I can use the rose. Oh, beautiful. Spreads really nicely. I think I'm going to have lots of fun with these, seeing what I can do, how they layer up. Now the other thing I wanted to do is, because I've got a white and I didn't have that with my previous set, is I want to try blending them so that they've got like more of a pastel look, I think. So I'm not going to use any shapes, I'm just going to use this bit of space that I've got here. I'll take that pink, I'm using dry paper, putting the pink down. And then I'm going to add some white to it and see if it does go pastel-y. Oh yeah, it definitely gives it more of a baby pink. That's good because it means that there's a whole nother set of colours I can use by just adding a bit of white. I can make them look all different colours and shades. So I'm really quite impressed. For something that was actually really quite cheap, £3.59 for 18 watercolours, they give a really good result, and it just goes to prove that you don't need to spend a fortune to get some good results. You just need to practice. Like I said, I'm no specialist with the watercolours, but I'm going to play around with these and see what effects I can get. They certainly seem to be working for the butterflies that I want to do. Yeah, impressed. I will be back again on Friday with my how-to video.